Hello, hello, hello. This is Dirty 20 Gaming, and this, believe it or not, is the final episode of our beloved, even though it was a short run, beloved Cathedral Deep. I had a blast doing this. I had a blast building it. I had a blast changing it every single week. Today is a great example. What you're going to see tonight it was actually came to me about 2 hours ago. So we're going to see how this goes. It's going to be a joy. Speaking of which, you guys may want a pencil and a piece, like a pen and a piece of paper, or something like that tonight. It's going to be one of those.
I failed art class, just letting you know.
No artistic skill required. You
Does
may
that
have to
include the
draw
players
straight
or
lines.
the audience?
Bold of you to assume I take notes.
The audience could
outside
do it
of
as
the
well.
ending.
Yeah, you would. Yeah. Oh dear. Yes, you got a notebook there somewhere. Anyway, or you can just.
I
do
don't
it
have
blind.
either of those things.
That's all right. To be honest, with what we've seen from Karos, you probably won't need them.
Probably not.
The
Is
end
that
of
a
the session is
compliment
just
or
a
an
picture of a
insult?
hammer.
That is not. That is a statement based on
It's neither.
experience.
It's neither.
It is a statement based on experience, and that's what I'm standing by.
Observation.
All right, let's do this. But first, the character art is by Hero Forge. The background image is from Pixabay, when manipulated wonderfully, marvelously, and brilliantly by our very own Thunderscape 7. And our virtual tabletop of choice this evening is Astral VTT. If you go to astraltabletop.com and input the promo code DIRTY20, all capital letters DIRTY, and then the numerals 20, you can get your first month of a 1 year gold membership free of charge. I want to get this out of the way because I want to get started so bad. I just thought this up 2 hours ago. I still think it's cool. Let's see. First, let's start with Bison. Let's take a moment here, though. Slow this down. Is this where? First of all, thank you for joining us.
I'll be here.
If you don't mind, we'll skip what you're doing elsewhere tonight because I would rather ask you, how has One Ball changed? Let's
How
just
has
do
One Ball
this. Let's just
changed?
completely throw this in your faces
Oh.
as we go along here.
Oh gosh. One Ball has definitely gotten the message that adventuring is not for kids. He may only be 11 hours old,
Yep.
but he's gotten the wake up call that adventuring is dangerous. He does have a taste for it though. He's enjoying this being the guinea pig, and he loves the job.
Wonderful.
I mean, that's definitely how he's changed.
Perfect. And real quick, where are you streaming and when?
I stream here tomorrow at 6 p.m. on The World at Large. I am Bickford Barkswipe, the Bugbear Rogue, who's a party boy right now. And on Mondays, you can find me at my own Twitch channel, which is I am on the wrong screen, so you can't see it. And I Twitch. Wow, I am on a roll today.
That's fair.
It's a lot.
I
You Twitch-
After the
I
amount of
twitch a
giant,
lot,
the giant
actually,
size
yeah.
amphetamines you took in last week's
yeah, right.
World at Large, yeah, you do.
I play Control currently. I'm near the end somewhere, and I'm getting my butt kicked because I haven't done enough grinding. So that's what I do on my own channel, which I did spell right.
Yes,
So
wonderful.
that's me.
Mr. Toast, not 20% off, first month free out of a 1 year subscription. Next, Mana Queen. So happy that you joined us out of the Twitterverse to the Twitchverse. Neither one of which sounds very good when you put it that way. But thank you so much for joining us. I always love it when new people come in. You fit right in right away. Thank you so much for that.
By this point, am I really that new though?
Not anymore, but compared to like
maybe.
these two, compared to two of these three yahoos,
True.
yes.
These two that you've known for a while. Touche.
Yeah.
Touche.
But thank you very, 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 very much for joining us. And same question. How has Lensa changed this ancient, not ancient, older creature, this elemental force?
Yeah.
How has 11 hours changed something that
I mean, Lindsay used to think that she knew all about the world. I mean, she's from Waterdeep. Everybody at some point in their life probably comes through Waterdeep, you know, in some way or another, right? She's
Mhm.
seen a whole slew of different people. She thought she knew it all. And in the past 11 hours, she has learned that no, she doesn't. And there's so much more to the world out there than she thought. And perhaps she might be a little too overly confident at times.
A difficult lesson. I'm surprised it only took this many levels of a dungeon to get it in.
Only this many.
Only this many. And whereabouts can we find your wonderful face doing the same thing elsewhere?
Yeah, so on Wednesday afternoons, I'm with Wandering Haven Publications at 2:30 in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time because our wonderful DM is in Ireland. And we are working through some modules right now. Once I finish settling into my new job, I will hopefully be returning to a more regular stream schedule on my own Twitch channel, which I'll put in chat here so we don't have to do the whole verbiage thing. I do a little bit more cozy games, sim games, things like that on my channel.
Awesome. Thank you. Next, because I'm just going through the way we are in the Zoom call. Roospar. Karos has been a surprise and not a surprise all at the same time. I really like it. Very impressive character. Thank you. And you're the only one I'm going to put this word at the start of this question. Has the last 11 hours affected Karos? I mean, I can think of one moment that probably did.
Well, yeah, that's really the only thing. Realizing that the family weapon is more than just a pretty thing that was well built and passed down because of the quality of the thing. Realizing that there's something more there is really the only thing. She's still, a sergeant.
Yep. Did the sense of
There's not much
responsibility
shaking
go
that.
up at all?
No, this is just another squad. As far as
Okay.
this is another,
All right, just another fight,
Yes,
just another
take care
squad.
of.
I love it. Okay. And that brings us to the I almost said effervescent. That's not quite the right word, but I love it. The sort of in and out of this this world, in and out of this adventure, in and out of this game. Maddie, thank you so much when you were able to bring us May Gwen. It she is a stunning character. I don't have anywhere near enough time with May in the games, but the bits that we saw were amazing. So thank you so much for bringing May Gwen to us. And with that, how's her head at the moment? She came from a real bad place to start with into a maybe only place in the universe that was worse moment, and then came out of a box and then disappeared for a little while and then came back. And these same crazy people are here over and over, and now there's a vampire on the other side of a mirror.
And where to start? They said that they're coming back. I don't think that's far off. She learned that sometimes people die and life really sucks, and she wants to kick this vampire's ass.
Just picked this exact moment to have had enough. Perfect. Oh, yeah. Finally, the turtle stamps their turtle foot, and the world began to change at that moment. Perfect. Thank you so much. That's all of you. So now, that means it's time. Let's do this.
It's time.
It is time.
Drum roll.
Reaction.
It's
Reaction. Seeing as we ended off with the vampire like reaching through the portal, trying to break through.
yeah. Yep.
My initial reaction to that
Yep.
is grabbing the health potion that I have on me. Pop it.
Okay.
Ooh.
Fair enough.
A little top up.
Yeah. With that, you see the vampire has driven his claw into the material that covers his side of this door. Behind him, in what originally was a mirror, is his castle. There's no other word. white marble hallways draped in red tapestries, blood on the floor from where he's walked up, where it's dripping off the back of his cape. It's all over the bottom of his face. This is not one of those sexy sort of Tom Cruise vampires. This is like sunken cheeks and fangs down to here and biting their own chin in rage kind of vampire.
Bold of you to assume I don't think that's sexy.
Yeah, pardon me. Not the traditional. I did say that I did define the certain kind of specific sexy I was talking about, but point well made.
Okay.
So, pressing against this top corner of this window.
With a cookie in his hand.
Not quite. I need. It's going to be quite difficult to notice this early. I need a perception check from everybody, please.
Those what were those healing potions?
2d4 plus 2.
2d4.
Does that not go through?
Not as of yet.
I clicked it.
I've got them from Karos and One Ball so far.
Let me try to open my character sheet again. I did click it.
I'm sure you did.
It logged me out. During the time we were doing
What did you roll?
pre-stream,
Yeah.
it didn't
Oh,
tell
I
me.
see. You clicked it and it didn't tell you either. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's
That might be Astral having issues because it logged me out earlier.
did
too.
the same thing too. Yeah. Did
Okay,
the same thing to Bison
okay.
Fires.
Hopefully this works because I had opened it in a new window. So wait,
Midlife Dice is
Joel,
not 20.
Joel
I saw
said-
it. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know
I saw that.
Joel, I saw it too, Joel. I did. We saw it together. It was great.
Then so
It was
did
a
I.
fantastic roll.
Then so did I. Well, you get everything. Well, and an 18 from May Gwen. Amazing. I said it was going to be quite a difficult
Kevin, that's
DC.
sarcasm. Kevin, that was sarcasm.
Oh, I know.
Oh, okay. Well, I just
You
clicked
damn near,
it
you
by
damn
accident.
near wasn't, and I knew anyway. And it really doesn't matter because it's a perception check, and you guys are going to see it because 3 of you rolled really high. So you just used your virtual nat 20. That's
I
it's
actually
gone now.
didn't. The funny thing is, I actually didn't roll really high. I rolled a fucking 9, but I've got a decent bonus. So
No, your 14 is the
was-
only one that was not good enough. The other 3.
In most D&D channels,
Oh,
chat
that
has
was
to
actually
pay
initiative.
to make
and
that
so-
20 happen.
Yeah, no, I know. I accidentally clicked it.
Oh, I see. You're just ready to start the fight. It doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah.
Well,
then there you go.
anyway,
the 2 people who are
14.
supposed to be good at noticing
the only one
things
that
don't.
doesn't figure this out is One Ball. The claws of the vampire are pressing into a sort of a gold membrane that's being forced into your into your room through this mirror surface. Completely undisturbed by that, there's a silver layer on your side. So his fingers are only pushing the gold, the silver remains where it is.
Okay.
So this is a two-sided, it's each, this mirror has 2 sides, and depending on which side that's what you see. I'll let you draw your own conclusions. Stop doing that, Kevin. Stop telling them things. Give them information, let them figure it out. There's more clues coming. That is what you see at that moment.
Lensa's gonna
Roll initiative.
Oh.
Hold on. Let me let me
okay.
reset the combat. There we go. Roll initiative, please.
Do.
Oh, yay. Oh. What is going
When I fell
on?
asleep,
I clicked it.
I thought this was pretty
9,
exciting myself.
8.
Though.
9.
It's fine.
It's a big initiative,
Everything's
but
fine.
There we go.
I might not
7, 5, 6.
Wow.
There's what's
Perfect.
his-
Actually, this is perfect because this is exactly where I wanted to start, and now I get to. So
No.
the vampire continues to press forward, and as his nails crack that golden surface, they push it too far, and like a balloon, it rips. You can still see the silver surface behind it. He's completely unaffected by it. His hand is through that. But the split second that gold pane shatters, and I use that word for a reason, I'll explain in a second, you can see his hand is forced back through the silver onto his side. At this moment, because that gold side shattered, you can now see this door is made up of 9 sections, like a window pane, 3 wide and 3 high. The one in the top left-hand corner just broke.
Kevin, I already don't like this.
Oh, well, it's about to get worse. Behind you, you hear a brief rumble. That section of the floor disappears. It falls away. And a fog starts to fill the space around you. And just starts to creep over the top of the now roofless room that you are in, and you look up into an infinitely swirling mist in all directions. Those creatures that were pinned against the roof by Lensa's spell, the roof is gone now. They pop up further into this mist and start to fade as they've gone more and more distant. And then you realize they're not just getting further away, they're getting eaten by the fog. You're in a room that is coming apart in an infinite space full of toxic fog that will eat your skin if enough of it builds up. Ahead of you, one of 9 panels of a portal is broken.
Slightly in character above table question.
Yep.
Is the panel just broken on the gold side, or is it broken on just the silver and gold side? Or do you want this to be in character to be noticed?
Nope. What you see is, so from your side, there's a silver, well, I'll do it this way. If you're here,
Right,
there's
yeah.
a silver
we're
pane
here,
and a
yeah.
gold pane. The gold
Mhm.
pane got pushed in and then shattered. So only the silver pane is left.
Okay,
Now
that
it's only
was
a
pretty much my
silver,
question. Were both panes broken, or was it just the gold pane?
Just the gold pane is broken, but the second it broke, his hand was forced back through, and it cannot now come through the blue pane.
Okay.
But at the split second that pane broke, that section of the floor behind you fell away.
Right. Okay.
And I see now we had one missing from our initiative order who was there now. May Gwen, this makes perfect sense. You are the first to react because you're the closest. So the floor behind you falls away. You kind of quick look over, and weirdly the brazier is still floating in space out there. You turn back and you see the vampire reaching for another pane on the gold side of the glass, on his gold side of the glass. What do you do? Oh, slight technical difficulty on your end. Oh no. Okay, in that case, oh, it's fixed. Okay, what do you do?
Nothing.
Nothing. You just
Nothing.
stand there and wait. You hold an action. Okay. In that case, I have a very flexible version of hold an action for this particular instance. At any point between now and just after one ball goes, you can tell me I want to do something now. You don't have to tell me what it is. You can just sort of, you're just prepared. So for this instance, I'll let you hold that all the way to the end of this turn. So anytime before the vampire goes again, just let me know.
Is talking in character a free action?
It is absolutely a free action, yes.
Well, it was
I
nice
just-
knowing you all.
I just said yeah like I was the DM. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It is. It's one of the few things I do that's rules is written. So, having said that, May, yes, what do you say?
Oh, well, I already said it, but it was nice knowing you all.
Oh, that has set a mood. Thank you. I'm glad I gave you the ability to hold an action now.
One ball
Lensa.
makes a very distressing beeping sound.
I'm not gonna lie, Lensa probably rolls her eyes
Yeah.
That's so
At this
dramatic.
particular moment, yes.
Yeah.
Lensa.
Okay.
Confronted with the same thing. The vampire is reaching for another of these 9 panes of glass. Well, glass-ish.
The vampire's just kind of like,
Tearing your room apart.
I mean, yes, he's tearing the room apart. You tell me if this is. Sorry. You tell me if
Have
this
an
is
idea.
going.
Yeah.
If this is going to be in character or not.
Yeah.
But does it look like he's reaching like for a particular person, or is he just kind of, or like in a particular way, or is he reaching at random?
Give me an insight check. Let's
Okay,
do a
yeah, I was
roll.
gonna say if you want this to be an action or
Yeah.
a bonus action or whatever.
Wow. Yeah, I'll give it to you as a free action, but yeah, you're trying to insight check a 1,000-year-old vampire lord. But yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, she is. She is.
You guys
She's
have been
gonna
rolling
see
So
if he's
insane if
reaching.
you get a net
Who
20.
knows? You could get another one of those phantom nat 20s. You didn't, but you could have.
No,
Uh,
no. Terrible.
Uh,
Terrible.
all you see on the other side is they're looking at the room that you like. They're scanning the room that you're in, and their hand is sort of. They're either trying to
Okay.
figure something out, or they have, and they're trying to figure out where to touch next.
Oh, he knows about as much as we do. Sweet.
Yeah.
Mhm,
As an experiment,
mhm.
Lensa is going to take her non-magical dagger
Yep.
and throw it at the bottom right corner of their side.
Of your side, absolutely.
Yep.
I will give you the hit. It's not like what happens when he put his claws in. This
Okay.
is more like a solid object hitting a piece of safety glass. It just
Okay,
sort of
yep.
fogs.
Yep.
It does not break, but it does look dramatically weakened.
Okay. Does the dagger stick there or does it fall
No,
to the
it
ground?
bounces off like it would if
Okay.
it was the shockproof glass. It only comes back, a tiny bit because the glass absorbs so much of the
Yeah.
energy.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not too.
The silver.
It's not bouncy. It just kind of
No.
like thunks and falls.
Yeah, absorbs
it.
huge amounts of energy and turns to sort of powder almost. But
Okay.
you're not through, but it's damaged.
Okay.
That's an action.
It is. She's
Movement.
going to take a little bit of movement and she's going to kind of move slightly closer to the portal,
Okay.
but to the side a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's going to be it for her for now.
All right. Karos. Bastard in the mirror. I don't know if you need to know anything else.
Yeah. No.
The bottom, on looking from your side, the silver side, the bottom right corner is damaged but not broken. And looking from your side, the top left corner, the other side, the gold side, is broken.
I'm gonna
That's why I
swing
said
for
you might
the.
want paper and pencil. Or
I'm gonna swing
and-
for the bottom right.
The damaged one? Absolutely. You step up with the axe, and it's it's like playing croquet, except with a family heirloom. You just sort of step up and poof, and you catch that brick perfectly clean, and it just goes straight out the back like you broke all the mortar around it. It just goes poof, but it goes into just nothingness. It just disappears. You can still see the gold side of the mirror on his side, but your hammerhead went through it. And it's just, but it's only like a 1/9 of the door that's actually open, right? So it looks like, although he was forced back, you're not. And you end that attack with your hammer in that hole. The gold side is still intact. It just didn't stop you. You have a second attack, right? Because we're at level 5 now.
Yep.
Yep.
Technically, he's got 3 because of the second weapon.
Yep. I love this. Like,
2 means
he's holding his
one
brains
off
in. Well, yeah. Well, he's figured out what he wants to do next. What's next? 2 more attacks.
I'm not attacking the. I'm not attacking the mirror.
Okay.
No, I'm attacking the vampire on the other side.
You can attack the. You
I'm
can't
swinging
get the,
for it. I'm
Okay.
going to try
So
to
that would
swing
be
for
the
the
center.
vampire.
Okay, so the center square of the
Yeah.
9. Okay, that yes, that we can do. So yeah, you pull it out of the hole, step back, and just boom. This time, give me an attack. See if you crit, because you realize now each time it's taken 2 solid impacts to remove one of these panes. 21. It was going to have to be a crit, but so you.
The dirty
yeah,
21 do it?
It did not. Nope, not even with the
Oh,
gentleman.
darn.
Nice try though. Oh yeah, save that for yourself for later though. I expect. You guys aren't even to the fight yet. You
That's
pull
fine.
back and come in on that center one, and he doesn't even look. And you hit your side, and it does that same sort of powdered glass thing. And this time your hammer bounces off because it didn't go through. You crack again with
Follow
the
up with
bearded
the
axe, and that particular pane shatters as well. So now the silver panes are gone bottom right and center. So if you think of, oh, I don't know, like a tic-tac-toe board, if you wanted to keep
That's
track
exactly what I was fucking thinking.
of this.
I already started that. Do you?
Yes.
The
Yep.
second you said that
The
something
3x3.
was broken,
Yep.
I started
Mhm.
that. So wait, the middle one on our side?
Yes.
is done?
So bottom
Okay.
right and middle on your sides are now shattered.
Okay.
The rest of them stay in perfect position, and Karos, as your bearded axe drives that second one out of the way, you see it again. It goes, the thickness of the bricks, and then just disappears. This portal isn't a door. It's not that simple. But again, your bearded axe goes through. The head of the axe goes through. Give me a perception check.
Who? All of us? Or just
Just Karos in this instance.
Okay.
15. That's enough. You realize that a little bit of your armored fist also went through, and the gold side did not stop you. You could go through this mirror. The only problem is there's only 2 holes right now, and you're not shaped like 2 diamonds.
Yeah.
But why not, Kevin? Why not?
Distinctly
Not
dwarf
yet.
Exactly.
And
not
that
yet.
was movement and 3 and your actions, unless you're going to action surge. I see a face that wants a minute to think.
I would not to backseat a game. I want to keep that for the vampire, but that's just I'm not a
Yeah.
player.
I don't know if anybody saw any of the players saw the social media I put out. I'll tell you something the cast don't know. The fight is the puzzle tonight.
Oh,
Action surge. All right, so you get 1 more action, so
Excuse
that's
me?
2 more attacks.
So the puzzle's going to come out and attack us or something?
Oh, I'm not that literal.
No, that's-
except
no,
when
that
that's-
was the
when- except
last
when
one
that's
with the
funnier.
mimics.
Yes.
That's the last one with the mimics.
Mhm. A 12. I mean, anything hits is just a matter of don't roll ones. If you roll 20s, it'll do 2 damage. So the first one hits, you get 1
Yeah,
more 'cause you get 2
just-
attacks.
I'm just gonna kind of go.
Which one? Which one though?
Going left or right, bottom.
On the bottom row. So you're now going to take out the bottom left,
Or sorry, right to left. 'cause I started-
right to left. So you're going to take out this bottom center next.
Yeah.
All right. So the first attack with the Warhammer block of dust. You still get a second attack with action surge. 25. That was close. This one doesn't get knocked out of place. This one just vaporizes as you hit it. Just, and for a second, tiny bits of silver mortar go tink, 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 tink around your axe, and a couple of them freeze to it as the the hammer starts to activate on its own. There is now. You've used your action. You've used your movement. Well, you got about 5 feet of movement left. Yeah, how good is that? There is a hole with the 3 blocks missing, big enough for Karis to wiggle through. You have just enough room to do an Indiana Jones L-shaped roll through this hole.
He Human Tetris.
I'm just,
Make it
I'm just
count.
imagining those Japanese game shows like,
Yes, we have to
Yeah.
match the yeah. That's
Human
exactly
Tetris,
what
yeah.
this is. And you're wearing armor, so it's like clank, 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 clank,
Yeah.
clank, clank, clank.
That's amazing.
no, I'm right here.
So you're gonna stay on this side?
Yeah.
All right. Remember, May, you can jump in anytime. I've only got one ball left, and then it's back to you. So one ball. Three below. You move at this point. Maddie
I'm gonna
moves
wait
up
for-
to the glass. Okay. Oh, perfect. You still. Oh, dangerous question. May Gwen, you have plenty of movement left. You might be a turtle, but you are a monk.
Yeah.
You played a lot of you piled a lot of milk crates when you were a kid.
Yeah. It moves pretty quickly for turtle. Yeah.
Yes. Do you want to go through the portal? Oh dear, my friendly
Who's the
turtle.
tallest party member? One ball.
Yeah, it's 6 feet.
Okay. I didn't put it
You can all
in
fit.
height with May, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna punch one more piece and then go through.
Okay. Which piece?
Which ones are left?
The whole left side, and then the top center, top right, and middle right.
I'll try the top left.
Top left. Okay.
Just gives it one good punch to see if it.
Absolutely. You hit it the first time. Go ahead and roll. And again, if you roll a critical, it'll do 2 damage. Other than that, don't roll
Shovel
1.
of fitness. There is an arm. Is an arm strike on the toolbar?
I'm not sure. I can't see your toolbar, but if not, you can open the character sheet with the spacebar.
I don't know where that is on the sheet either.
That's okay. It should be. If you hover over the ones at the toolbar at the bottom, it should tell you what they are.
Doesn't look like any of them. Oh, here it is.
Okay.
Crit.
Look at that.
Of course.
The critical
The
hit.
crit.
Yep. You step forward, and
I heard
With-
that woo in the background.
yeah, with all the rage that's been built up, you never got a chance to, like, you never even got to get to the mourning stage. You were still putting, you were at the funeral, and then you were in a box, and then and you just punch this top left corner, and it just vaporizes. And your arm goes through past the elbow, almost all the way to the shell. And the vampire lord, for the first time, looks over and sees your arm coming through and realizes that you can come to their side. You still have
fucked with the
movement.
wrong turtle.
Are you going through? And you still have at least one attack left because you're leveled up too, plus your martial arts and or a key point. So somewhere between 1 and 3 attacks left.
Okay. How much movement do I have on the other side?
Enough.
Okay.
He's standing right there, right by the wall. I didn't even make this other room. Like I said, I came up with this idea 2 hours ago. So.
She's doing the thing. 1 for the money, 2 for the show.
So you dive through an attack? Is that the-
Yeah.
Okay.
With a stunning strike.
Yeah, I'm not going to move you. Perfect. You're standing right in the wall. That's absolutely perfect. Yeah, you boom through one of these shapes and step through and pop up right beside the vampire lord, who finally turns to look at you. And you are hit with the smell of blood. This place just reeks of it. Down the hall in the
she's seeing
distance.
Red, so that she thinks she's imagining that.
Yeah. Down the hall in the distance, there's a bunch of minions. And they start to approach, and the vampire lord, no. And they stay back. You still have at least one of your attacks left, plus then you can tell me whether you're using a martial arts or a key point. So, do the other attack first. And this time we're going to roll damage. Because this time you're hitting the vampire.
What am I hitting with claws again?
You are punching a vampire in the face.
You are trying
Okay.
you are trying to thump this vampire. Oh dear. There's
Heard me.
just as you get the swing going, for just a moment the vampire's face shifts and it's your father's face and you just can't do it and you pull the punch and miss. Now, as a bonus action, you have your martial arts, which would allow you one more strike. Or you could burn a key point and do flurry of blows and have 2 more strikes on this break.
I'll do flurry of blows. She shakes it off and
Yeah.
comes-
Oh
her
yeah, you
blood is
look back up
boiling.
and it's like you
Her
fucker, right?
the smell,
Yeah.
smell of blood in her nose is getting
Dirty
stronger.
pool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we see a mad turtle. The veins are coming out. And the rest of you can see it. The veins are coming out in May Gwen's neck. May Gwen, unleash holy hell, please. 2 attacks. What did I make this guy
There's one.
see?
Astral is running slow, so I don't know. There's one.
That one
How do I roll
hits.
damage?
Yes, please.
Okay. Oh, it says click to roll though.
Oh, okay. Where do you hit him?
On the side.
Okay. So you claws out just right in the rib cage, and your fingers they hit, but they encounter a lot of empty space and a couple of ribs. And your hand kind of pulls away, and some of the bone comes with it. You feel a couple of ribs break, and you see the hole in what used to be really nice clothes, but you realize now are rotting on his body. That they're not all there.
Oh.
They're not undead, but they're not alive. This is a vampire that is so old it's starting to decompose. Which is probably a good thing, because a full-blown vampire would eat the 4 of you for lunch and not even slow down. So but second attack incoming.
She pulls some of the bone out and crushes it in her hand.
With the other hand, 14, just barely. It darts away and looks at you smugly, and then you hit it where?
I was trying to mirror it on the other.
On the other side.
but I
Oh yeah,
make an
body
audible
shots.
whoosh sound as she misses.
So this one hits. So on the same side, just into the ribs, pull out basically a matching chunk. And as you step back, you've got bits of decomposing vampire entrails on your hands. Go ahead and roll some more damage for me.
Okay. 1 damage again.
Oh, back-to-back 4s. Wow, okay.
Oh,
Story-wise, I love it.
Damage, huh?
Player-wise, I feel
Plus
bad for
3,
you, but
okay.
I'm sure it'll come back. You're already on the other side in combat. That is finally the end of your turn.
Yeah, I'm sorry for taking a while.
No, not at
Okay.
all.
I gotta
Um,
leave anyways. I'll see you guys
Oh,
later.
do you?
Trust-
Okay, before
Play
you go,
good for
quick
me.
question. Are you just going to keep beating on this vampire? Because I can do that.
Yeah.
Okay, all
When
right.
Maybe it comes up to her. She's gonna use her shovel.
Okay, absolutely. Maddie, if because this is the final episode, thank you so much for joining us. May Gwen is a joy. Go and do what you got to do. Thank you. We'll see you again at some point in the future, I am sure.
Woo! Season 2.
See, you keep asking for it. You keep asking. All right. Now that means it's going to take me. I think when they leave the Zoom call, I think I'm going to have to redo the cameras. So we can
Sorry
take.
about that.
No, it's okay. I was going to
Okay.
say what we can do is something we've never done before. We'll take a very quick break, and I mean like 1 or 2 minutes because
Wrapping
it's,
it up.
we're not going to go anywhere. I'm just going to fix the cameras, and we're going to sit here and not talk.
Shall return.
all right.
All right. Good night, Maddie.
Goodbye, friend.
Goodbye, friend, indeed.
Farewell, friend.
All right, so now I have to fix the cameras. All right, so, well, I didn't give you guys much time to talk about yourselves at the start. What projects have you got upcoming? What are you going to play after Control? Start
After
with that.
Control.
Yeah. What's up after that?
I don't know. Part of me wants to go and play Alan Wake, which is technically the prequel.
Yes.
Control has multiple references to the Alan Wake incident, and I've played the game before, and it's a lot of fun. And but then again, I've got a huge Steam library with all this friggin' the free games from Epic and all that
Who
stuff.
doesn't have a huge Steam library? That's
Right?
my question.
Right? Frick. But yeah, so yeah, probably Alan Wake. Maybe if you guys ever want to do a big convoy for American Truck Simulator, I'll probably throw that on because that'd be fun.
Ooh, nice.
What else do I have?
I just need more days. More days. I don't have enough
Yeah.
days.
More days in the week, please.
Yeah.
I'm gonna avail myself of the facilities really quick.
Yes, this would be
Alright.
an excellent moment to do so. If anybody else needs to go anywhere, I'm squaring up cameras and then we'll get started again.
Yeah. I hope soon after we finish here, I have plans to start up. Now, for those of you in the audience who were born after the 80s, you might not know this, but the Tomb Raider games originally came out, I think, mid-90s.
Yeah.
And I have plans to start a Tomb Raider series on my channel. I got into solo RPGs because of Tomb Raider and Fable. So I'm hoping to start either a playthrough of the remastered Fable or a playthrough of the newer Tomb Raider trilogy. I
Very
only
fun.
made it through the first one, but I have all three available to me on my Steam. So Tomb Raider has a very, very, very special place in my heart, as does Lara Croft. They are fantastic games. So yeah, same Thunderscape. I love the Tomb Raider games. They have a very, very, very special place in my heart. The training sequence in the original second Tomb Raider, I could literally just play through that like for days.
Well, I'm going to take advantage of this. You guys are still on screen. Everybody can still hear
Yeah.
you. I'm going to mute me. Have fun. I'll be back in a minute.
All right, yeah, that's totally fine. Come hang out with us for a sec, guys.
Yo, just chatting, yo.
Yeah, the original Tomb Raider games have a very, very, very special place in my heart. But I'm hoping to start a new series with the later Tomb Raider games. I think the first remastered remake, Tomb Raider Origins, whatever it was called. I have no idea. I don't have my Steam open. I think that was released in like 2013. And they kind of did like a new Tomb Raider series that I'm hoping to start.
The new
on my channel.
trilogy.
Yeah, so I'm very, very excited for that. I do want to do a playthrough of, they did remaster the Fable games, and the Fable games are what really got me into video gaming. So,
You know what? Now that you say that, Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning was a
Yes.
definite, like, me and Chelsea, we played the shit out of that game back in Prince George. And, playing it again might actually be a lot of fun. It's on sale right now, so I might actually pick it up.
And put it in your
Yes.
huge Steam library.
Yeah, put it in my
Yeah,
huge
add
Steam
to the
library.
Steam library.
And
Yes.
I've got-
the thing is I heard rumors that since THQ Nordic bought it, they might be A, rebooting the series, and B, they might be making a TTRPG out of it. And if they do that, I'd be all the fuck over it.
Really? Yo, same. We should do that. If
It's
they do
based
that,
on-
let's do that.
There's a heavy influence from Celtic and Irish
Yeah.
mythologies with the
Looks-
I would be
Saint
so
and
down
stuff.
for that.
Oh yeah,
Looks like the
totally.
two of you and a couple people in chat, and we got a team already. So yeah, one of you just got to figure out how to run the system.
It's just,
Yeah.
we're here for it.
Annual golf membership. I just got that.
Look, I got literally three separate emails today from like 9 a.m. to like 8 p.m. that 3 different games in my Steam like wish list went on sale today.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, don't do this to me.
I hate that email. Yeah,
I
every
can,
month.
but it's so tempting.
Yeah.
No, but it's so tempting. So it's like,
How do you
okay,
think I got control?
By
Yeah.
not having any control.
I also do
Exactly.
a lot
I
of
lost
like
mine.
itch bundles. Like I love the itch bundles because I love indie games. I love supporting indie creators. Like
I have
things
a
like that.
massive collection of stuff I got from Itch of just solo RPGs, and
I
you
did
know
the
what? I feel like a
Palestinian
bastard
bundle.
because I
Palestinian
never fucking
bundle.
open it up.
Fantastic.
because I'm a terrible person.
No, I love itch. I love itch bundles. I have like over 1,000 games of the Palestinian bundle. I donated to that. I donated to another bundle that it's escaping my memory right now, but like, so I have like at least 1,300 indie creator games that
Yeah.
are literally just waiting in my itch library. I've played through about like 20 of them.
All right.
So, I'm making a dent. That's what I say. I would love to do like a 24-hour stream or like a 12-hour stream where I just plow through a bunch of indie games supporting indie creators. I think that would be so much fun, really like pushing the indie stuff to the people, because I love supporting indie people. I don't think he's in the audience tonight, but a good friend of mine, Souls Rolls, he has appeared on Midlife Dices a couple of times. He has a couple bundles on itch. He's working on a sci-fi game right now that is absolutely incredible. The story to it is amazing. I don't have a link readily available. This is what I get for trying to promote a friend. I don't have a link readily available. But if you go to Souls Rolls, his Twitter, he has a fantastic sci-fi game that's kind of about the end of. It really gives you a lot of philosophical stuff going on.
I'm looking forward.
Very,
to
very
that.
cool. Very, very interesting. Go check it out.
I haven't had a chance yet to look at that, but I am absolutely. It's on my wish I had time wish list.
Yeah, I wish I had time. It's like my TBR pile, my to be read pile. Just
yes. Oh yeah.
Really gross. People
Anyway.
say you have bookcases throughout your entire house. I have built-in bookcases into my walls that are full of games, full of books, and they're like, "You bought more books?" And I'm like, "I have no idea what you're talking about." Yeah.
Anyway, let's get back to this.
Yes.
So
let's get back to our game.
You
Back to the
see
show.
May Gwen just glaze over. It's almost like a barbarian rage takes over, and they start reaching for their farm implements.
Don't piss off the farm boy.
Yeah, farm girl. Yeah,
Yeah.
She just reaches up and grabs them like two like samurai. Like the samurai grabbing a katana and a wakizashi. Even though you can't actually, because you can't draw a full size katana from that. Your arms aren't long enough. But this is a fantasy, so shush. The pitchfork and the shovel, and that's all that they are. There's nothing special about them. Come out. In the next moment, the vampire looks back through the window and
Sees
kicks.
2 arrows coming at him in the face.
Yeah, they're coming, but they're not here yet. Or have you not gone yet?
I have not gone yet.
Okay, pardon me. Back to you. Okay, go.
So yeah, one ball is just gonna. The second that he sees that there's an opening.
Yep.
In the thing.
Yep.
He just sort of maneuvers himself a little bit so that he's got angle of fire
yep.
on the guy.
Absolutely.
And
Fire the first one.
He's gonna go right there and
okay.
Oh, where is it? I got rid of it. No. First, he's going to mark the vampire. Slayer's Prey. That's his bonus action. And
it bounces off the mirror.
Oh.
I won't charge you the use of it.
Okay.
But it bounces off the mirror, off the
All
silver. Even though the silver and gold is, even if they're both broken in one place, which they are right now, the top left-hand corner, there's no visible left there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was given a choice, you would have shot him when he was there. You do so, but it still bounces off where the mirror would have been.
Okay. So he's going to fire twice at the vampire then.
Okay. Just automatically, bang, bang. The first one hits the wall, boom, boom. The second one hits the wall and drops. Where were you firing? Were you firing at a brick that was, I should ask you this before, a brick that was still there, or a place where there was no brick from your side?
He was trying to actually hit the vampire. So yeah, he's aiming at a place with no brick.
With no brick. Okay. Again, same thing as the Slayer's Prey. They just hit where the mirror would be and drop. They do not go through from this side.
One ball seems very disappointed.
You still have some movement left, probably enough to get up close to the portal, but not through it.
He's going to hold back for now. Not going to try and go through the portal just yet.
Right. May Gwen gets to go now. There it is. Oh no, that's the wrong character. So first attack. The shovel just comes down and around on the vampire. But in a screaming, howling rage, they've lost all their monkly training, and it's just a farm implement for a moment, and it bounces harmlessly off. But with that, she drops the shovel and just back to the claws. And hits him twice more, burning another key point. Both of them hitting, this time doing 5 and 8, 13 points of damage altogether. You guys can see through the sort of foggy, misty veil of this portal. May Gwen just swinging. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, dropping the gloves. They've lost all of their monkly focus and skill and training, and you can't hear them on the other side of the mirror, but they're probably saying something wonderful just to make it that much worse. And then the vampire takes the shots, turns and looks at the three of you in the other room, and kicks the bottom center square twice on the gold side. Karos, 1 ball, and not quite Lensa. So Karos and 1 ball, I need dex saves, please. As the floor dissolves beneath you.
Can Lensa help 1 ball?
You're right there. Yeah, I'll give, you can use the help action and give 1 ball advantage.
I didn't need it.
You didn't need it.
Okay.
You're too far away to help.
Okay.
Karos, 14.
Okay.
I like a thing that we did last night in a quest game. I'm going to give you a terrible choice.
No.
You can either plummet to your death, or no, you can either catch the rim of the portal with 1 hand. I give you 3 choices. With 1 hand and keep your weapon. With 2 hands if you drop your weapon. And I'll give you advantage on the roll if you reach through the portal and grab May Gwen and try and use them as an anchor and pull yourself in. But there's a chance you could pull them out and take you both to your death.
Can I give you a 4th option?
Okay, that's your 4th option.
Okay. Because Lensa wants to use her help action physically too.
Okay.
Which, for 1 ball who's right there.
Yeah.
But she does have Gust. While Gust isn't super strong, it might be able to. Karos is tiny, a little bit like under
Karos is in full plate.
Yeah.
Karos, a
You-
little bit. Possibly.
What I'll give you for
Little
Gust
cheat.
is, as they make one of those 3 decisions, their hair blows dramatically in a breeze.
It looks really cool.
Their beard goes into full hero mode.
Lensa's trying her best.
Yeah, absolutely.
Drop my weapon,
Hello,
use
Lurk.
both hands.
Hello, Lurker, Robert's Game. Thank you so much for joining us. You kind of showed up in the middle of a finale. What do you do? 1 hand,
Drop
2
it low.
hands?
2 hands.
You drop your weapon into the infinite corrosive darkness
Mhm.
and grab with 2 hands. No roll necessary. You are not going to fall. And you could use your movement to pull yourself up and through this gap in the bottom of the wall into the other room, but your warhammer is gone. You hear it screaming into the corrosive darkness below you.
I'll pull myself up.
Pull yourself up into the room beside May Gwen and look up at the Vampire Lord. That was an action and a movement.
And then I will my hammer back into my hand.
Of course you do. Yeah. Yep. So it comes back to your hand. Poof. I was pretty sure you had that. As it hits your hand,
Nice thing. Zing.
You can feel as it comes back to your hand for just a moment before it freezes off. There's the mist has left like a dew on it, and it kind of burns. You can see it burn the armor plate of your glove for just a second, and then the hammer freezes. That turns into ice and shatters and falls away. And you're standing now in front of the vampire with your weapon in hand, but still out of actions.
Yeah. Had you worried for a second there, didn't I?
Nope, not at all. I was pretty, like I said, I was pretty sure you had it. But that is his. That he's not moving.
I wouldn't let nothing bad happen to anybody.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you meant your hammer. I'm playing May Gwen now. Sorry.
I like it. I appreciate it.
That was kind of May Gwen-ish, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good thing there's a list. Lensa, you're up. The
Oh,
problem
man.
is,
Okay, so Karos is still hanging.
nope, Karos has gone in now.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. I
Let's
missed
move them.
the in moment.
Yeah, they use their movement. They use their action to not die, and then their movement to get in, and then their bonus action to recover their hammer. Ah,
Lensa. All right, it's gonna be a
shit.
moment. It's gonna be
That's okay, perfect, because it gives me a chance to explain this. Karos, as you roll into this alternate room and take a look over at May Gwen, she's on her last leg.
I need an above table question.
Yep.
When we leveled up to 5, how did you want us to deal with our HP? Do you want us to refresh to full, or do you just want us to gain the HP that the level would have given
In
us?
this instance, I'm gonna do just the HP for that level. Like I'll give you the
Yeah,
what, average
no,
or whatever.
yeah, totally.
Just for this instance.
Absolutely.
Normally I'm take it all, but I'm also, to be honest, I'm also normally a take a long rest person too. And I told you could only have one of those, so yeah. If you gain,
And there's also
if
the
you
issue.
gain
I don't
7,
think May didn't buff their hit points.
I get it.
no.
I
So
just-
you're absolutely right.
That
which
is
means
the
that,
one thing I didn't update. I just
well,
updated it.
I'd love
live.
it. So I'm
Completely
gonna give
forgot to.
them, let's be nice.
Yeah.
They're not here.
Sorry, I had forgotten to do
No,
that.
perfect.
before we
Thank
started.
you. That's perfect.
So
So
I
you,
did-
yeah,
I
you
did
can have
want
whatever
to-
your average or your roll for hit points. You can
Yep.
have that many back, but not back to full.
That's what I did. So Lensa's
Perfect.
total HP updated, but I did update like the little bit. So she went from
Yep.
18 to 26, and I think like 32 to 43, something like that. I don't know,
Yep.
somewhere in there.
Absolutely perfect. Thank you.
Anyways,
Now.
Lensa and One Barrel are going to have a little bit of a moment.
Mhm, yeah.
She's going to turn to One Ball, who is next to her, after having a near miss, right? Like One Ball kind of had to like, whoa, floor, need to scramble over type of thing. Lensa's going to look at One Ball and say, come here. And she's going to take One Ball. And if One Ball accepts it, she's going to move One Ball. Is it not a long press to highlight a circle? Is that?
Double click.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah. She's gonna like move One Ball to the other side of her, like closer
Yeah.
to the wall, right?
Okay. So yeah, there we go.
Yep.
Thank you.
And she's gonna say, you're a little heavy. Let me help. If One Ball is okay with this. So Lensa is going to hold her movement and her action for One Ball.
hmm
And she's going to use levitate on One Ball to help One Ball get into the portal
But not
from
full.
where they are.
Okay.
Enough.
Yep. Absolutely.
So she's gonna hold her stuff
Okay.
for that.
Perfect. So Karos gets to go, and then we'll do that on One Ball's turn.
Okay, perfect. So
Yeah.
she Lensa's chilling, but
Yeah.
she is like ready to help with
Holding,
her
yeah.
levitate to help One Ball kind of
Just
make
gonna-
the diagonal leap through.
Because
through that.
you got to get over there and then get into one of these shapes that allows you to get through the 3
Right.
broken
So
panes, right?
she's gonna use levitate in
Yep.
a kind of a little bit more
Yes.
controlled of a way
Yep.
to help One Ball over. Because
Get partway there and then
her-
just bend him. And put him
What gets to her? One ball's clunky and metal
Yes.
and this weird creature.
You can certainly jump through one of these holes easily by yourself.
Yeah.
Perfect.
She's
So,
an acrobat. She's a performer. This is her thing. So
Yep.
she's like, let me help you first. We've been through this whole big thing. You go.
perfect. So you are preparing to do that. Karos on the other side.
Four balls just like just sort of like slowly as Lensa and One Ball are having this moment. Four balls
Yeah.
just sort of like floating by.
Well, what I saw,
Making the
It's
Jetsons
the
noise.
yeah,
hits,
Well,
hits
'cause
the
it-
wrong panel, like
Yeah.
poink,
and
over, it goes in.
well, there's three at the bottom that you can go through, and then there's one other one. So yeah, I figured that one ball was going through these three, and four balls going through the other one at the same time. So, but however that's working, Karos, I said they were in bad shape. They're not in much better shape now. You know what a vampire can do. Even you look up and it's like, oh wow, undead sort of weird vampire thing. It's decomposing. This is not a full, but either way. One more hit from much of anything, and May Gwen's going to be out of this game. What do you do?
I'm getting it right in his face.
Hang
I'm the one you should be worrying about. And just give her the boots.
on a second, I gotta change these. Is that right? It's going to be right. Hang on a second. Yeah, that works. Okay, so
Tell me that doesn't hit.
all of those hit. Everything hits. Yeah, give me some damage.
Hang on. This is first. Then there's cold. 14 from the first. Second. Well,
That hits. Yeah. 22 total.
6 for the cold.
Oh right. So 28 so far, including that cold damage.
Axe for the.
Yep, that hits again. 7 more, so that's 35. No cold damage on that, and that's it, right? Because you've already burned your action surge.
Yeah.
So a mere 35 points of damage.
Yeah. You're.
He'd say, "Feh," but you're going at him like a tree, like you're pulping him with the hammer, and then just chopping into that mess with the axe, and just making large portions of his anatomy just sort of become non-functional. But you do notice you still got quite a ways to go.
I've been in worse.
One ball. You feel yourself get light on your feet.
Okay, so One Ball's going to move into the portal. He's going to sort of
Bend.
It looks like his feet move far faster than the movement he's going.
Yeah.
and then once he gets to the tic-tac-toe board,
Yes.
he crouches under and like sort of sneaks underneath the one little corner piece that was done.
Yep.
And as he does that, he casts Healing Spirit,
Okay.
and that is plonking right on top of where Maegwen is standing.
Okay.
So
So.
Four Ball puts on a nurse's cap and engages heals.exe. And so I can heal, where is it? D6.
So the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, they restore 1d6. Okay.
So Maegwen heals for 3 hit points.
At the start of their turn. Or the first time they move there. They're already there?
Yeah, well, it's on them. It's
Oh,
It's
I
an
know, but I'm
yeah.
going to do this one rules as written. They technically don't
Okay.
get it till the start of their turn.
You see the news first time on a turn or starts its turn there.
Yeah.
For the first time on a turn.
Moves into 4-ball space or starts its turn there. It didn't move in. 4-ball moved into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And it didn't start its turn there. So as soon as they start their turn, which is next. So I mean it's a technical thing, but they will get 3 points back. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So that's your bonus action.
No,
Use
that's
your
actually.
movement to scrabble through here.
Oh, it is a bonus action.
It's a bonus action.
I thought it was an action. Okay.
You have a
He's
full
good.
action.
Brings his hand out, and instead of one slot, there are now two.
Okay.
And then he flips up an arrow, which kind of splits into two, and he's looking right at the guy's face, and he
Yeah.
does this. And when he slips the arrows in, they come out on this knuckle and this knuckle.
And this knuckle here, absolutely. For just a moment, a gold skeletal face appears inside the ball. You don't even know. It was a great effect, but it did have an effect. Only one of these two. Oh, perfect. I love this. I just had the image. You pull back and snap, and the two shots headed perfectly for his head, and they go right in his eyes, right through and right out the back. The only problem is this eye was already gone. So it missed by going straight through. The other eye takes 11 points of damage. Actually, I don't need to keep track of it up there anymore. So yes, the one goes through, and then there's nothing sticking out. But what color feathers are on your crossbow?
Yellow.
So about half of the yellow feathers sticking out.
Little
of
chicken
one eye.
feathers, kind of.
Yeah.
And then on yellow's, on one ball's faceplate is a picture of a vampire with a red stripe.
No vampire zone.
Bad
Perfect.
vampire.
That's an action, a movement, and a bonus action. May Gwen now gets 3. Just to be a technical asshole, May Gwen gets her 3 points now.
How dare you?
I
As-
know.
as
the
4-ball
demands.
As 4-ball attempts to go through a long list of pharmaceuticals to find something that works on a turtle.
Let's do this. May Gwen. I don't need that. May Gwen. Okay. So again, no, wait a minute. No, there's another key point coming. Never mind. Yeah, I like that story better.
We take those.
May Gwen looks down at the shovel that missed and just kicks it across the floor. This is a whole new turtle. This turtle people would walk away from in a dark alley in Waterdeep. The pitchfork comes out and she spins it around and holds it like an over-the-shoulder spear, so the spikes are here and the handle's back here, and drives it into this vampire. And then
Almost like a javelin.
yes, exactly, drives
Yeah.
it in, and then with the other hand just hits the back of it 3 times, missing once, but bang, and then past it and bounced off the shoulder, and then bang, driving it deeper and deeper in each time. And then why not, changes position, so now the hand is here, the vampire is impaled on this side, grabs the handle with the other end and throws him into the hay bale that isn't there.
Pitches a veil of
Just
hay.
up and over and slams him down on the ground and starts to lean forward, pinning him there with the forks. Not dead, but damned near. The vampire's turn. Ooh. Yup. Reaches up. Yes. Reaches up to May Gwen, who is pressed right over top of him.
We miss.
Misses with the unarmed strike. His hand lands on the shaft of the pitchfork, looks up at May Gwen, pulls himself even further on to get close enough to try the bite attack. Come on, hit the button. A critical hit.
Oh, no.
15, what are they at? Oh, plus the necrotic. Forgot the necrotic. They grab the shovel or the pitchfork and pull themselves further onto it and reach out and bite May Gwen's arm. She tries to withdraw it into the shell, but the vampire hits it anyway. And you see it gnawing, and you see the death starting to spread on May Gwen's arm. She starts to lose consciousness and fall down. The vampire starts to look more vital. It's taken hit points away from her on that level. May Gwen falls unconscious but not dead on the floor. And the vampire starts to struggle to get the pitchfork out of their chest. Lensa, the only person still on the other side.
Yeah, I was just about to say Lensa isn't even through the portal yet.
Mm-hmm.
So Lensa's gonna take 5 feet. Actually, no, she's not gonna take 5 feet. She's gonna stay where she is because as an acrobat, she knows that it's better to kind of come from like a
Get a run at it.
mid angle rather than like a sharp angle,
Yep.
right? So she's gonna stay where she is, and she's gonna do like some acrobatic leap through
Yep.
the portal.
Absolutely. Leap
Tumble
and
through the
change
top
your
corner.
yeah.
one.
It's
Yeah.
You're quite literally through the tiny one. So yeah,
Oh no,
Yeah.
she's gonna like try to angle herself. I mean, she's mid-sized. She's like 5'8", I think.
Well,
So
how
like
about how about give us the roll and we'll see how well it goes, and you can decide sort of in midair how you want to
you
do
know
this.
what? Yeah. So it's acrobatics. She does have she's expertise, I think.
Yep. So that should give you the
Um,
double. I think it should do it
Double
automatically.
proficiency.
25.
Does she need
That's
it?
pretty good.
I mean, you tell me.
I think she got it.
Actually, I think you did even better than that. But
Yeah.
because I don't think it showed the proficiency, because that would add an additional +3.
Yeah.
So
it would
yeah,
have.
you can go through the single
Yeah,
pane. You
she's
can
gonna
go through the
go
L
through
shape.
like the,
Yeah.
she's gonna go through the small one. She's gonna you know what, she's gonna like some nice like flavor, right?
Yeah.
She's an air genasi, descendant from an air genie.
Yes.
So she's gonna like condense her density almost.
Yes.
To
Yep.
like to sliver through that small little hole.
Like a breeze through a crack you
Yeah,
didn't find
like
and
a
stuff a blanket
breeze
in.
through a lock hole.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's how she's gonna get through that.
You flow through the other side and almost have to reform into your physical self.
Yeah.
Just in time to watch May Gwen hit the ground. Karos is in immediate combat. There's an arrow stub sticking out of this vampire's eye. One ball is his arm is changing into another weapon, I'm assuming, because you're right next to him now, so the arrow's
Mhm.
probably not. Yeah.
Oh, it's
Either
useful.
way,
Okay.
what do you do, Lensa?
She's one spell slot left to do this.
Mhm.
So as she's kind of like diving through and like reforming, she's gonna cast Chromatic Orb on the
Okay.
vampire.
Okay.
which I believe is going to be for the vampire. It's going to hit first, and it's going to be a lightning damage. So she's going to roll the hit, and then it's going to be lightning damage is what she's going to use it as.
Perfect.
Oh my God. It was way too focused diving through the hole to be able to cast magic, apparently. She was like, look at this cool move I can do.
This is
No
absolutely perfect. That's all I needed. It goes off too soon. Instead of being through the wall, you're kind of in it, and it ping-pongs around and takes out every other gold panel.
If we were playing Arkanoid, that's a
Therefore, the entire room behind you simply ceases to be.
We love nat ones in combat, guys. We love nat ones in combat.
The vampire just looks around and grins, and when a vampire grins, that's a nasty sight.
No.
But now it's
kind of like the room beside us said, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Karis, the turtle is down. The place you came from is gone. The robot's arm is morphing. This vampire is still alive.
And then the dwarf grins.
Pinned to the floor. So
is what's worse than a vampire grinning? The
dwarf standing over him grinning.
No.
You don't even notice the ice starts to spread from the weapon. The weapon is activated. You didn't activate it. It's on. And the ice starts to spread to cover you. By the time you take a step forward, you realize it too. You are sheathed in ice. You can hear your family singing that multi-tonal, like 27 baritones in a small room, singing horrible odes about dead people. Every stereotypical dwarf song you've ever imagined, that's
Eros' family is probably the Dropkick Murphys on repeat.
And you step forward over this prone, pinned opponent.
His underhand swing straight for the ear hole.
Do it. I've already failed. Give me a roll. 20 hits. Give me the damage. 10 plus the ice damage. We're going to double that. I was just about to say before you rolled a 6, so that's 12. That's 22 points of damage on the first swing. Perfect. It's like watching a train hit a moose. It's just the shudder passes through him, but he can't go anywhere because he's pinned to the floor. So you see the damage wave go all the way down, bounce, and come all the way back up. And it almost throws your hammer back into the ready position for the second strike.
I'd actually
He blinks his one remaining eye and rips his eyelid on the stump of One Ball's arrow.
I'd actually follow with that recoil.
Yes.
Let it come back around.
All the way around.
Bring it down. Putting my foot down on his chest and
yep.
Oh
yeah.
Dropping it down.
Give me the attack with advantage. I should have given it to you on the first one, but I'm going to give it to you on this one. 19. Roll for advantage just in case. Nah, it didn't matter. Give me the damage and give me the ice. And we're doubling this too. Oh, the dice telling this story. Oh. Yeah, it's hoist on its own petard, or in this case, hoist on your great big ice hammer. It just bounces and comes all the way around and into the other side. We were talking about croquet earlier. This is like you hit the ball and then went all the way around and hit the other side before it could leave. It's just a boom, and it just crushes the remains of this vampire.
It's just like this flat thing in the middle.
It doesn't. Yep. You
Just
still
for the
got
double
a
tap. Just for the double tap. To
the
the
bearded
neck.
axe. Give me an advantage.
To the neck. Oh, baby.
Is that crit damage?
And right through. It's already dead when you hit this blow, but you decapitate the dead vampire. The head rolls off, spins to a stop, nose to nose with the unconscious May Gwen. The tongue comes out and grabs the floor. It starts to drag itself towards May Gwen.
Four ball grabs
One ball
the hair.
and four ball. Yeah.
Four ball grabs the hair of the vampire and starts
Yep.
to drag it backwards.
Yep.
One ball looks down at it, like just sort of gets down and just sort of just peers
Yep.
at this thing, just sort of like analyzing it. It reaches from behind and pulls out a small button, puts it on the vampire's head. Everybody tells everyone to back away. Meanwhile, in orbit, Mr. Bones gets a targeting solution. And what the vampire sees is, well, light, a needle point of red death firing from orbit. And the vampire's entire skull is just vaporized from a precision strike.
And four ball is left holding a hank of hair and nothing more. May Gwen
Magic.
is still. May Gwen. It's time for May Gwen to make a death save. Oh, I hate doing this when they're not here.
No.
Oh.
That's 2 fails. The second the hank of hair is dropped from four ball, and they spin. One ball, you've never seen four ball move like this before. He's absolutely independent. There is a level of competence here that is embarrassing. Four ball darts down, and as the last breath is coming out of May Gwen, one of his little arms goes right into that turtle mouth, and you can see him flex his little metal muscles, and he looks up at you, and you just get a message, "See you at home." And he's gone, and May Gwen is gone with him.
One ball sort of steps back and looks up.
On a distant spaceship in the medical bay, May Gwen. Which one's the doctor? I don't know if we ever. 2, okay. Looking up at a. Yeah, give us a description. What does 2 look like?
2 looks like a female bartender because 2 was the bartender.
Okay. That's right. They all worked at one casino, right?
They all worked at the same casino.
Yeah.
When May Gwen's eyes flash open, 2 looks down and, big 2 on the fucking face. "Don't you worry about nothing, hon. We'll take care of you."
And May Gwen's eyes start to roll back in her head, and their last word before she goes from unconscious to asleep is, "Mom?" And May Gwen is safe on board the ship. None of you know that. One ball, you probably expected. You're muted.
Yep. Yeah, I was.
Yeah,
I
you
was
were.
muted.
Yeah.
I was totally muted. I'm sitting here like gasping.
So the other
Absolutely.
the other three of you, that's what you see. One ball, I want to start with you because you take that split second to look around, and this is done. This is stopping. You can feel, of all of them, that makes another more sense where I'm starting with you. You can feel this universe starting to dissolve. This is done. This was a pocket universe created for this to happen. This ritual didn't finish, and now it's coming apart. You know soon you'll be sent back to where you came from. It's as obvious now as the when you came here.
Lensa is her face, by the way,
Yeah.
is just very much like a deadpan, like shock.
Oh, yeah.
Just like,
It's
what?
finally starting to sink in. Yeah, just as it ends.
oh yeah, absolutely.
But one ball. Four ball did, like, that was utterly independent action. It's not anything any of the rack has ever really seen from four ball before. They were always kind of the little brother.
Mm-hmm. One ball's still, processing what's going on. Realizing this is a pocket dimension and that they're not going to be here for much longer, goes over to Lensa and gives her a hug, goes over to Karis and shakes her hand, and at the end hands both of them cards with a language neither of them recognize.
Oh yeah.
Business cards.
Yeah.
Lensa
None
has
of them.
no idea what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't like it here. Don't do that.
And out of character, what do the business cards say? If they ever get them translated, because there's a spell.
Yeah.
You know.
Mr. Bones's expendable combat humanoids. We fill party slots so you don't have to.
I do want to do an above table note because I
Yep.
do know we might have a couple people here who are not normal to us. For everybody who does not know, Bison plays a variety of pool ball inspired characters.
The whole rack.
1 through 8, I believe.
I have.
Do you do the whole rack?
I do have the whole rack. I've got.
Okay.
I've got ideas for 1 to 13. That means I'm out of character slots. Everyone after that is just sort of there.
Yeah, Bison
14 and
plays
15
a
don't really
slew of
count anyway.
characters
Yeah.
Inspired by a rack of pool balls.
Yes.
Which is why there's 1 ball with a companion of 4 ball. We might talk about 2 ball, 8 ball, things like that. For anybody who might be new or late to the stream. So that's why. That's why the business card reads what it does.
Yeah. And obviously it spells out mech, which was also part of the joke. And then there's like some other contact information, like a phone number.
That makes no sense in this universe.
That makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
And on the back is an embossed picture of Mr. Bones's face. So a big golden skull with a fedora.
A golden bones or pre-golden bones?
Golden, but this is definitely post-gold. Because this is post-Corsairs.
So, So is this pimp bones? Like full-blown, like full pimp bones?
This is
like
full pimp
furry
bones.
hat.
Okay.
Is this
Oh
like
yeah,
full
big
furry
hat to
gold
cloak
bones?
the whole bit. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So that's you turn it over. You can't read that side. You turn it over. It's like, whoa, okay. Just because
really
tonight
nicely
wasn't weird
embossed
enough.
too.
At that moment, as you feel that sort of sense of completeness, I'm assuming like this was you sort of, the universe is shutting down. The other two of you see 1 ball start to fade very slowly. They're still here, but they start to fade. You remember how you got here. Lensa. What happens
Lensa
next?
is not usually an emotional person. She's one of the few characters. I mean, we've only been here for about 11 hours, which is not really a chance. I'm a DM who likes to say alignments are guidelines.
Yes.
However, this is a situation where there doesn't really leave too much room for alignment change. She is a true neutral.
Yep.
So she's not usually an emotional person. But 1 ball kind of like claps the hand on her shoulder. She does kind of like flinch like a little bit, right? She's not actually I'm sorry. I think 1 ball tried to embrace her in a hug, right?
He was trying to give her a hug.
Lensa flinch. It ended up being more of like a clasp, like type of like shoulder thing.
And one ball would have noticed that and
Yeah,
adjusted
I mean,
accordingly.
Yeah.
But she does. She kind of like, whoop. She like half dodges out of the way. Oh, we're being rated.
We are being rated by
guys.
Top Down Tabletop. Thank you guys so much. You showed up. You showed up
Welcome
just
to the
after the big
stream.
bad died in the finale, and we're doing
Yeah.
the sort of how is everybody feeling right now before they get sent back to their own universes bit. So
Yeah.
with no
We're
more
near the
backstory
end.
than that,
Hi,
Linsa.
everybody.
Oh,
Yes. Thank you for joining. We're
oh,
wrapping up
thank
the
you
stream.
so
We're topping
much.
them. Yes. We're talking about how all of our characters are feeling before they get pulled out of our pocket dimension.
Yes.
Kevin is our wonderful DM.
Sent back home. I don't know about wonderful,
Yes.
but I am in charge of the game. So back to this.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, back to the game.
Yeah, so
Lensa,
Lensa
you
kinda
can
dodges
tell
out of the
now.
way.
You can
She'll
tell what's going
look
to
at
happen.
Karos.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She does realize that her and Karos, neither of them are terribly emotional. So rather than like reaching out to Karos, anything like that, she's gonna kind of meet Karos's gaze and give Karos a nod, like a solemn nod.
The bro nod.
The Canadian
Like
farmer bro nod. Hey.
Yeah, the armor bro nod.
Yeah.
Like we've been through battle. I respect you. I hope you respect me. Type
Yeah.
of like, good job.
The I know you, so it's down nod rather than I don't you know you,
Right,
because that's the
right.
up nod.
Like,
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know you is like a, hey.
Hey.
Whereas like the I know you is more like a,
Hey.
hey.
Yeah, it really
You know,
is.
like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
type of thing is like that last
Central
final-
Canada in a fucking
Yes.
nutshell.
So you show emotion in a very Air Genasi, non-emotional way.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay,
I mean,
perfect.
as much as you would expect
Cool
an Air
breeze.
Genasi from
Yeah.
Waterdeep,
Cool breeze,
who has
nice.
Cool
seen
breeze from start to
everybody,
end. Yeah.
everything. But then she does something a little unexpected, assuming that they're all going to be pulled out soon.
Yes.
She is going to kind of do like a backflip out because she does have a little bit of a flair of a dramatic.
Yeah.
She was raised in like a pickpocketing circus type of thing. So she's like, and, that type of like, bye guys.
And you start
the
to
Peter
backflip,
Quill.
and it goes into super slow motion. It goes into super slow motion Matrix time for you, Karos. The ice melts off of you. Your family weapon in your hand is now so a part of you. You finally understand what it means. Not just the power, but the responsibility. You know how to use it. You know when to use it. You can become a force of good in the world, not just a soldier. The Air Genasi's back flipping out of here as they fade and rotate.
The response to the nod is a quickly sketched salute.
You get that just as they start
Yeah,
to
like
twist
that.
away. You look to the other direction. One ball is starting to just fade, like pixel fade. You're starting to see through them. Somebody's turning down his transparency as we go.
I flick one ball, my challenge coin.
He catches it.
Yeah, he does.
He doesn't know what it is.
Yep. So yeah, as you're fading, you do and open it up. What does it have on it?
It's got the on the one side, it's like the coat of arms for the dwarven group that I had been part of. On the other side, my units insignia,
Actual
everything
number.
on it.
Yeah.
Unit, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's my thought is I know where I'm going. I know where I was when I came here. And this fight's over, but I was in the middle of another one.
You just brace. Wait.
Yeah. When one ball appears back on the Rebel Dalians.
This was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
We're going to go
Oh,
around.
I'm so ready. I'm so
Yes.
glad you're asking this question, Kevin. I
Dalians-
love this.
For those who don't know, the Rebel Dalliance was the ship that we were a crew of for Corsairs of the Cosmos, which is where 8 Ball is from. 8 Ball, 1 Ball, and the rest, they're all family.
Yeah.
The rack of balls.
rack.
is from. Yeah.
And he actually has an insignia on his chest that has the When
Full
one
rack.
ball reappears, there is a sort of an airbrushed wind sort of detailing on the body, and an imitation of Karos's badge, or the challenge
Just
coin
saw it. Yeah.
on the shoulder. He walks over. It's quiet because there's no actual people on this ship.
No.
It's all droids.
Yeah.
So it's quiet as hell, and you see him walking through the halls, and he goes up to the not to the bridge, but down to the AI core to go see mom and dad. And he goes into this room. There's just this huge supercomputer that's just it's a large black sphere that's spinning like in just random directions, like at a really high speed. And there's a table with a dusty red and white checkerboard tablecloth on it, and plates. Looks like they haven't been touched in some time. And one ball places the coin down on one of the plates, and there's a view screen up in the bridge, pops open, and starts figuring out a star map or a flight path.
As you stand up from that, you hear the door open behind you. It shouldn't be, because you told it not to. You wanted a moment. You turn around, and 4-ball walks in. Looks you straight in the eyes. The absolute latest and greatest android body. And on the purple ball in the little white circle, a little grin gets drawn 1 pixel at a time. He nods, backs out, and the door starts to close. You want to show anything?
Actually, for a long time, there isn't a whole lot of movement. Like the camera just sort of stays on one ball. There's slight movements in the head, slightly. And then a nod. And then he goes back to his, what everyone else would assume to be his duties.
His regular job, like nothing happened.
Yeah. But there's a recognition.
Yeah.
One ball does not walk like the rest of the ones.
No.
There's a slight difference. He stands out now.
Yeah. He is his own robot. Unique amongst a series of nearly identical balls. Sounds like the
Very
description of a
special
swim team with no underwear on. I spoiled that moment. Next, Lensa. First of all, where do you go back to?
And you want me to follow that?
Yes, I do.
Here I am, like I'm pretending like I'm a member of like people who are watching. I'm like, oh my god, oh my hair.
Your turn. Let's go.
My turn. Okay.
These are always amazing. I guarantee it. Go. You start.
So Lensa backflips out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And as she backflips out from the wings of a curtain onto stage.
Yes.
And she is backflipping onto stage. And from the other side, her pair, because she is part of a pair, which most people don't know,
Yep.
flips onto stage with her. She continues the circus-like performance. And she looks at the audience and she says, heads, we will do a twin trick. Tails, it is my story to tell. And she pulls this large coin out of her pocket. And on it, the heads is mostly like a circle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And etched into it it's like a clock, but there's a few more numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's numbered 1 through 14. And it's her heads. The tails is shaped like a hammer for Karos. And it's this big coin. It's probably like, an inch or two around.
Yeah.
and she flips it dramatically up into the air, very dramatically. And as she does, she watches it spin. But what the audience doesn't know is that she uses a little bit of her air to give it a little bit of an oomph. So that when it lands, it clangs and it stays on its edge, on the edge of the stage.
Now I don't have to do that for you. Thank you.
Yep. And it just continues, right on its edge, and it continues to spin round and round. Because there is no heads nor tails in her story. And she begins to spin, as does her partner, upon the stage.
And your partner, like magic, knows where you're going. You have been together so long, the tiny little fractional movements tell them everything they need to know. And the two of you act, dance, perform, bard this story. The audience already loved you. This is your place. You own this venue in a very real and powerful and meaningful way. But tonight is special. It's like there's more people in here. It's like you don't have to think. It's all automatic. After what you just went through, this is easy. And at the end of the tale, your partner makes May Gwen disappear. You tell the story of from that point all the way back to the spinning coin on the edge of the stage, and as you point at it and get to that point in the story, it falls over, and when it hits, it disappears, and everyone stands and they roar. And you and your partner are there to absorb that roar in that really special way, because you're absorbing it together, but you've each got your own too. It's just, it's hard to believe that what just happened. And then you and your partner step off and are forced back on into encore after encore after encore. And finally, exhausted, it's all starting to hit you. Your partner's looking at you with true concern in their eyes, like you're gonna fall down if we do one more encore. And they demand that they do not open the curtain again. And they all but carry you into the back room until just the two of you are alone. And they hold you up by the shoulders and stare at you with the greatest of concern. What the hell happened to you?
Lenza looks at them and she pulls them over to a pair of chairs and she says, "Well, let me tell you. ...
And as you sit down, wine glasses appear in your hands, the door locks, the rest of the theater becomes a whole different world. You reconnect to your reality. Karos, this might not be quite so pretty. Where do you end up, and what happens?
Right where I was.
Which was?
Right in the middle of a battlefield. That same moment where I was telling my people, let's go.
Yes.
And we were heading straight for a flank of orcs.
Yep.
And there's this pause as I realized that what I was doing is not what I need to do now. Something has changed. My single-minded focus straight ahead adjusts, and I notice my captain off to the right engaged with the leader of this band that has been causing all these problems. And I veer off. With my hammer in my hand, this power that wasn't here before, this ice fires back up, and I throw myself into this engagement because I know that my captain, although a great fighter, was not up to the challenge of fighting this leader. And this orc had a big reputation for killing a lot of my people. And I just know in that moment, that is what I needed to do.
And as you hammer into those lines, you realize as your people who were one step behind you slam into this orcish force, it's not just you that's wrapped in ice. Every single soldier that followed you into this battle is wrapped in blue crystal ice. You see the orcs chopping ineffectually at it. It's just knocking chunks off. It's not getting to the soldiers underneath, but it doesn't stop their movement. And every single impact of yours, of theirs, is doing ice damage on top of their regular damage. They start to realize that they're all but invincible, and it just makes them more and more brave and more powerful, and they just start to eat through this orc army. As fast as it's going, it's like an icy wedge driving into a cake. And in the middle of that cake, you can see the orc leader closing on your captain. You take a step aside, and your force continues on. And a tunnel of ice forms. You just follow it. You can see orcs trying to get through it as you walk. You come out at the end, and it's formed an arena around you, your captain, and this orc leader. Your captain is standing there, shield in hand, axe in their other hand, and you can see them shaking. They're covered in crusted blood. You can tell they've been fighting for days. You look up at the orc leader and see something you don't often see in an orc. A little bit of fear. Maybe just a little bit of respect. And then you wade in.
And I'm going to shoulder with the captain and give him the bracer.
As soon as you touch him, the ice wraps him too. You can see it revitalize him like jumping in a snowbank after a sauna. He stands up beside you, ready to fight, but it's not needed.
I'm in.
It's like a cutscene from a Warhammer 40k video game. Way better than the game itself. You leap into the air and into slow motion, and as you start to drop, the ice leaves a trail behind it of frozen ice in the air like a comet's tail. And by the time you get to him and it comes down, it weighs as much as a world. It weighs as much as generations of family means. And it just goes through. Like that evil doesn't matter. And it shatters. And the ice dome shatters. And the orcs turn and flee. You turn to your captain. And they're in awe. The final action or words of this campaign are in Karos's lap.
Told you I had this.
And the credits roll over dramatic music. Wow. May Gwen learns to live on a spaceship. Season 2 is going to be stranger, much stranger than Maddie thought. Wow. So thank the three of you that remain. We thanked Maddie before they went. This is where I get to make my confession. When I asked for players for this game, I said I wanted people who were willing to have their characters killed. I wanted throwaway characters. You notice I didn't kill anybody. That is because my secret mission to myself for this game was to make you care about throwaway characters. And I think what we just did in the last 15 minutes shows that I kind of did.
How dare you? I'm pretty sure we all had, like every week, we all had backup characters on the standby because we were like, they're ready.
Yes.
I have somebody ready and rearing to go.
Yes.
I did. I had somebody ready and rearing to go. I had a warlock. He was great. Maybe one day you all will get to meet him.
Yes.
But it's funny.
At least,
if I had started with him, I don't think he would have been a throwaway, to be blatantly honest. But now I care about this character. I've never cared about her before. I've never cared about her. She's always been my...
And now she's got like an important NPC link, and she's got a fucking backstory worth talking about.
I have a green screen, but I do have a rogue, big, like 36 by 48 poster. She's my throwaway rogue. She is my throwaway rogue. It's what I play her as. Well, and now I care. How dare you, Kevin? Now I care.
I can't. I get bored if I don't give myself special missions. So that was my one for this game. Thank you all so much for falling into my trap. Some traps take more weeks than others to spring. And speaking of which, I want to thank you for going through a real old school 80s traps and puzzles and fights module. They don't make them like this anymore, and there's a reason, because you have to kind of do it like we did it and make it into role play moments and scenes rather than just a grind. But that was a sheer joy. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for caring about your characters by the end. Let's start with Bison. This is gonna sound weird. I've seen lots of your balls. But
I got 3 so far that you've seen, and that's a little weird.
For anybody watching, we are definitely a PG-13 and up channel.
It's 18 plus. It's 18 plus. Almost all this stuff gets 18 plus on YouTube.
Good.
Yep.
This is
not intended for children. No,
we've been really good. We've been really good.
Swear. Yeah.
You know, we have been good. We've been very good.
There was a fair amount of gore, but that's all right.
Yeah,
anyway. Bison, thank you for bringing one of your balls out on public display. I'm not going to stop.
Happy to expose myself for fun.
And it was great because we got to see. Somebody knows the technical term. I was trying to remember. I only know it because of dogs. But one ball was fun for me because they were kind of an empty space at the start of this. They were a thing, but they didn't really have as deep a developed backstory as some of your other ones do. So it was the perfect one to bring to this. I'm super happy that you did. Thank you so much.
Considering it's the one character that I have actually done that has a related backstory, this character has the least amount of personality out of everybody I've played, and I still love this little cinnamon bun. I don't want to get hurt.
Well, now he's got a new brother too.
Gentle hold of a cinnamon bun, just like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, there's 4-ball 2.0 to find out about too. So I know you always come back with characters from this rack, so I know I get to see.
In January, I'm going to be very upset.
I just decided at this very split second that they can speak. I
didn't say it, but one ball I thought about it. It would work at the end. He nods, says yes, and then leaves.
Says yes, and then they can speak after all of this. Thank you. Oh, there's the bomb. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yes.
with that, Mana Queen, thank you so much for bringing Lenza, the I don't give a shit about character, and then giving deep shits about her by the end. I
And then what
appreciate
am I
it so
supposed
much.
to do with her? She's your responsibility now.
I'll find a place. We always do. But yes, thank you so much for bringing this character. And like I think it was 8 weeks eventually. It's not a lot of time for a character arc. And you said you don't think you did an alignment change. I think you did. If you were neutral at the start, you were definitely good at the end. You absolutely put yourself in dangerous bad situations when you could have just buggered
I
off.
would give her like neutral good.
Yep, neutral good. Yep, absolutely. That's a big
I do
step
have
from
an
where she
idea
started.
for a circus member, her family member. So maybe one day you'll see her in the future.
Absolutely.
Maybe.
I hope I just need more days in the week. I just need to invent more names for days in the week, and then I'll be fine.
Same. Same.
Oh, Roospar, thank you for bringing an unpredictable fighter to this game. I appreciated the hell out of that. I never knew whether you were going to thump something or not, and this is the first time I've ever not known that. So thank you so much for this really interesting character, and I appreciate you coming and playing with us.
Being around. Hey, Kev.
Yeah,
Let's do it again.
we should do this again at
Yeah.
some point. Yeah, I got to figure out a day, but we'll do something. At least a one shot. At the very least, there's got to be a one shot.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. Oh, I guess that just leaves 2 more thank yous. But first, the thing, instead of talking about me, I'm going to talk about the channel, because starting 1 week from tonight, the show is over. So 1 week from tonight, we have these Saturday nights free, and we've been sitting on this for a little while. I'm not going to GM for the next 10 weeks on Saturday nights. It's lovely. I'm so happy about it. I'm going to produce the show, which means I get to sit in the chair. I'm not even going to have a camera pointed at me. It's going to be amazing. Our very own Scarred Adventurer is going to continue the game of masks that they started way back in what people thought was a one-shot. Heroes 101 will be taking this time slot 6 to 8 p.m. on Saturday evenings with the original cast and crew, starting next week, and they will run with a short break in October. There's a 2-week break right around just before Halloween, but other than that, they'll be running right up to the end of November on all these Saturdays. In those 2 weeks, they're already full because we have a magnificent group over in Discord, and 2 of them have volunteered to do one-shots for us. This is absolutely new. Our very own Thunderscape 7 has agreed to GM for, I think, the 2nd or maybe 3rd session ever in their whole life, in front of us and with us, on the first of those Saturdays. I believe it's the 23rd of October. Details to be announced in future. They're in chat, and I can hear them eeping all the way from Minnesota.
I can hear them eeping too, but I'm very excited. Yeah,
And
there
then
they go. There they go. With the,
And then the week after, that, October 30th, one day before the official Halloween, our another magnificent member. They've done this for us once before, so this will be the 2nd time. Sans, our very own Sans, is going to. Wow, it's been a long night. I'm crashing. Sans is going to be running 10 candles for us again on Halloween Eve. So in that one, everybody dies. So I'm looking forward to that one too.
Such a special place in my heart.
Oh, absolutely. Your phone is getting sassy. Yeah.
I would wish them luck, but I don't think
It's
they'll
not
need it.
going to help. No.
I've
no,
never played.
I mean Thunderscape and Sands. I would wish them luck,
okay.
but I do not think they will need it.
They don't need it. Neither one of them.
No, neither one of them need it. I've
It's
never
gonna be
played
amazing.
10 Candles. I've watched a few different playthroughs of it. I've always wanted to play.
That's
It's
a
a very,
spooky,
very, very
spooky
interesting
system, isn't it?
game.
It is absolutely. As the game goes on, at the end of each scene, somebody dies.
Oh yeah,
There's
yeah.
no maybe about it. Just as the candles go out.
Yeah. Souls in our chat saying love games where
Yeah.
everyone dies.
Oh, take a look at
again,
that
I
rule
did
set. It's a
mention earlier,
super simple rule
Souls has a
set.
game.
Yeah.
Last Transmission. Not going to spoil anything. The name might imply
just go
some
get
stuff.
it. Just go get it. Soul's amazing. Go buy all his stuff.
It's not quite out yet, but
Well, go buy all the stuff that he's got out
Yeah.
now, so you can keep
Spooky,
yourself
spooky.
busy until the new thing comes out. So,
yeah.
so with that, there's only 2 thank yous left, and thank you for bringing up Souls, because amongst everybody else that is still there in chat and listened to all the foolishness after the official end of the series, thank you so much for joining us. We don't do this for the follows and we don't do this for the views, but it is really cool when people show up and watch. It's even better when they enjoy it and they stick around all the way to the end like this, because it means we're doing something that's interesting. And with the whole internet to choose from, the fact that you chose here is really important to me, and it means a lot. Thank you. For all the people on YouTube, the future people, when I finally post this over there, if you watched all the way to here, please hit the like button, because I'm going to assume you did. And while you're there, you might as well hit the subscribe button so you'll find out my irregular posting schedule for all this stuff. It's the easiest way to keep up, because I don't do it on any sort of schedule, because I'm chaotic good most of the time. But that's all the thank yous, which brings us to a bittersweet moment. We do a lot of these series and it never gets different. I was going to say it never gets better, but it never gets worse either. It never gets different. It's bittersweet because we're just at that point where everybody's built and they're amazing and it's stunning, and now we got to wrap it all up.
We've had our climax.
But on the other side, we're done. We're finished. This story is over. And the only truly sad part is it means it's going to be at least a while before I get to play with all of you again. That's the only really sad part of this. But I look for silver linings, and those are that I know I will play with all of you again. So until we do, until next time, as always, please be nice to each other. Good night.
Bye. See you next time.